In Pokken Tournament's training mode, it's very superficial for all players to be able to have the time to practice new combos and lab and know more about their main. Due to the training mode's simplistic design, a recent patch has been released to be capable of using a new process known to be as input recordings. In the free training menu, this is known to be as your command input recorder. With this device, we are capable of using specialized inputs on the CPU on our opponent to be able to lab and use many other ways to approach your opponent. As you can see, we can be able to command the CPU by many ways by recording certain inputs that we want them to do in order to learn. I would highly recommend also having the opponent's setting, like your main being able to block, so you don't want to end up having any difficulties of phase shifts. Without that, the main function we have is begin recording. The main intention of it is that if you press any button, the training mode will begin to record all the inputs that the character will start to do. Any move in particular that your opponent will start doing, the CPU would immediately do the actions according to that recording. There's 5 slots for each recording that you can have in your computed input menu. Each of them lasts for an amount of 30 seconds. Once after 30 seconds are up, you can actually play each and every one of them from the command input replay center. When this happens, the CPU will start to act out the entire process of all your inputs from that particular history. This actually is very helpful for many veteran players, so they'll be able to learn new techs and maneuvers, so they'll be able to strengthen their main or be able to learn new fast movements to be able to go against your opponent. Well, say for example, let's make a quick demonstration. For starters, I'm not that really well against a Shadow Mewtwo. Shadow Mewtwo's are not really my best matchups all around. So let's do a quick idea. One big weakness I usually had when facing a Shadow Mewtwo is an aerial flamethrower. So my initial intention for it is I'm just going to end up having another slot that's going to have Mewtwo using an aerial flamethrower. So it's going to be a similar process, but since slot 1 was already taken, but at any given moment, if you don't like a input history you never liked, you can just simply record over the first slot. But for this case, for the tutorial, we're just going to ignore it and go immediately into slot number 2. In slot number 2, then we're going to begin recording. But just in case if slot 1 would end up going off when we begin the command inputs, just to make sure. Please note, I'm not really a good Shadow Mewtwo player, so I'm not going to be able to pull off these accurate flamethrowers I want. I just need to remember what button it was again. Okay, there we go. So, I'm just going to be doing is I try to get a couple of flamethrowers off to be able to see how I'll be able to react in many ways I can be able to punish Shadow Mewtwo for using flamethrower multiple amount of times. Not to mention me adding maybe a couple more random attacks to see how I can react to the situation. Okay, 30 seconds should be up right now. Okay, once 30 seconds are up, now we just have to do is begin the input replay to be able to, as you can see, we're going to be able to know how to react to the situation with Shadow Mewtwo's flamethrower. Even though I'm not really the best at reacting at them. So you get to actually see an experimentation of how I'm going to be reacting to these situations. To be honest, this tool is actually going to be very vital for everybody that is playing this competitively or for online purposes. Because you can be able to sniff out so many bad habits and be able to punish them because you'll be able to train yourself and condition yourself to be able to react to these types of situations. After a while being able to practice with Shadow Mewtwo's Flamethrower, let's actually do another example. Another weakness I had with Shadow Mewtwo in online or ranked or any particular situation is the fact of the Psycho Cut into Vortex. I always get catched off guard. So for slot number 3, I'm just gonna have Shadow Mewtwo only being focused on nailing me with multiple amounts of Vortex, just to make sure I'll be able to practice on how I can figure out possible maneuvers to be able to react to that particular situation. I'm actually going to put a different type of variety, so I'll be able to know which one will be more effective to punish. I could actually know from the session is that, to be honest, that Psycho Cut in the Vortex is that it's almost impossible for Vortex to actually break a guard. Except if you would try to do like Zen Headbutt shortly after. So once after we got the 30 seconds, all these previous slots are off, we do the same thing previously and begin. But there's actually one cool thing I actually did research, is that you can actually put it through the basic settings, so at any given moment you don't have to be the command input recorder. You can just go into basic settings and be able to set the computed import recorder to be able to play all the recordings you want to be playing at that time. You can have them play one at a time, or have one particular one to be played at once. Or in particular, you can have all of them played at once or randomized. In a way, how you be able to learn certain characters, or even be able to learn the best outcomes for your matchups. Because remember, even though most people say certain characters have good and bad matchups, we still be able to adjust it and be able to make what we can to be able to make the matchup in our favor. I think further on, I actually discovered one important thing during labbing, is that you can actually duck underneath Shadow Mewtwo's Psycho Cut. Meaning I could be able to duck, minimize just a little bit of damage from Psycho Cut, as you can see right there, until I got nailed by a Vortex. I'll just be able to slow it down a bit to show you that between frames of Corn Lane is that I'm capable of ducking between basically a Psycho Cut. I'm not capable of punishing, but by looking at it basically prior from the command inputs playing, it looks like that I can't really do anything else against the Vortex because it's completely safe. Which I could figure out better ways of being able to punish it, but it'll have to be another time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial on how to use basically the command input recorder. I hope you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday, and make sure to like and subscribe. I will catch you guys next time.